Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of The Ghanaian Assistant and the Kpop Idol. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Now, let's dive in. It had been 1 year and 6 months since Seokjin and Jane began their relationship. Though they tried to keep their love out of the public eye, happiness like theirs couldn't stay hidden forever. They had grown cautious, taking measures to avoid public displays of affection. Yet, one evening, as they left a quiet restaurant, walking hand in hand through an empty parking lot, their secret unraveled. A fan who had discreetly followed Seokjin spotted them. Hidden in the shadows, she snapped a photo and posted it online with a provocative caption. Seokjin caught in a secret romance with an ordinary woman. The image spread like wildfire. By morning, the internet was ablaze. Social media exploded with comments ranging from shock to outright hostility. "I trusted you, Seokjin. How could you betray us like this? Who does she think she is? She's not even on his level. We need to get rid of her. She's ruining his image." Jane woke to hundreds of hateful messages flooding her phone. Her social media accounts had been hacked, her private photos leaked with mocking captions. Worse, some fans had dug into her past, twisting harmless memories into scandalous accusations. "Why me?" Jane whispered, trembling as she scrolled through the onslaught of hate. Tears welled in her eyes as she buried her face in her hands, overwhelmed by the malice. The harassment escalated over the next few days. Some fans camped outside her apartment building, shouting insults. Packages began arriving. Most contained hateful letters, but one terrifyingly held shredded photos of her and Seokjin. Seokjin was beside himself with worry. "Jane, stay at my place for now," he urged one evening, his voice firm with concern. "No," she replied, shaking her head. "If I hide, they'll think I've done something wrong. I won't let them scare me into disappearing." He admired her strength, but her safety remained his top priority. One evening, as Jane returned home from work, she noticed a group of fans lingering near her apartment building. She hesitated but decided to walk past them, keeping her head down. "You don't belong with him," one shouted. "You're a gold digger," another accused. Jane quickened her pace, her heart pounding, but one fan stepped forward and blocked her path. "You've ruined everything for us," they screamed, throwing a bottle at her. The glass shattered against her shoulder, and Jane stumbled back, clutching her arm. Before she could recover, someone shoved her, and she fell to the ground, hitting her head against the pavement. The group scattered, leaving her unconscious and bleeding. When Taemin, a close friend of Jane, tried calling her that evening and got no response, unease settled over him. Something felt wrong. He drove to her apartment to check on her. The sight that greeted him horrified him. Jane lying unconscious in the parking lot, blood trickling from a cut on her forehead. Her breathing was shallow. "Jane! Jane, wake up!" Taemin cried, shaking her gently. When she didn't respond, he scooped her into his arms and rushed her to the hospital. As he drove, his knuckles turned white on the steering wheel. "What have they done to you?" he murmured, anger and worry warring within him. At the hospital, doctors assured Taemin she was stable. Once Jane was settled, he called Seokjin. Seokjin was in the middle of a tense meeting with his management team when Taemin's call came through. "It's Jane," Taemin said urgently. "She's been attacked. She's in the hospital." Seokjin didn't wait for further explanation. He grabbed his coat and bolted, ignoring the startled protests of his managers. By the time he arrived at the hospital, reporters and fans had already gathered outside. Cameras flashed as he pushed through the crowd, his face a grim mask of determination. Inside, Taemin waited outside Jane's room. "How is she?" Seokjin asked breathlessly. "She's stable," Taemin replied, his tone clipped. "But this isn't just about her injuries. They've broken her spirit. If you truly love her, you need to fix this before they destroy her completely." Seokjin clenched his fists, guilt and anger twisting inside him. "I'll make this right," he promised. The next day, Seokjin held a press conference. Standing before a packed room of reporters, he took a deep breath. "I want to address the rumors about my personal life," he began. "Yes, I am in a relationship with Jane. She is someone I care deeply about, and she has brought me more happiness than I've felt in years." The room erupted into chaos, reporters shouting questions, but Seokjin silenced them with a raised hand. "What happened to her is unacceptable. No one deserves to be treated the way she has been, especially not someone I love. If you consider yourself my fan, then respect my choices. If not, then maybe you were never truly my fan to begin with." The press conference came at a cost. In the following days, Seokjin faced harsh backlash from his domestic fan base. His album sales plummeted, and his concerts in South Korea struggled to fill seats. But while his domestic fans turned away, his international fans rallied behind him. Social media overflowed with messages of support, and his albums became bestsellers in countries like the United States, Japan, and Brazil. His international concerts sold out within minutes, the crowds louder than ever. Jane, still recovering in the hospital, watched clips of Seokjin's concerts on her phone. A soft smile graced her lips as she saw fans waving light sticks, their voices harmonizing with his. When Seokjin arrived that evening, he looked exhausted. But the moment he saw Jane sitting up in bed, relief washed over him. Without a word, he walked to her side and pressed a gentle kiss to her forehead. "You shouldn't be out so late," she teased, concern softening her voice. "I couldn't stay away," he murmured, sinking into the chair beside her. "You're doing amazing," she said, brushing her fingers against his. "The fans love you. They remind me why I started this journey," he admitted, his voice steady. "But you remind me why I keep going." Their path ahead remained uncertain, but as they held on to each other, they knew their love was unshakable. Together, they would weather any storm, strengthened by their bond and the unwavering support of those who truly believed in them. Thanks for watching the final episode of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts, and see you in another video.